Hello and welcome to Spotlight On, a production of 23 Media Ventures. I'm your host, Lawrence Purrier. Today the spotlight shines on Chhom Nimol and Ethan Holtzman, vocalist and keyboardist respectively of the band Dengue Fever. This episode's a little different. Dengue Fever was in the midst of a run of shows up the west coast of the US in support of their new record Ting Mong, which is on my shortlist for Album of the Year. Their team suggested I meet the band in person instead of recording over Zoom, the way most of our recent episodes have come together. As a result, this talk took place over tea in the lobby of the band's hotel, just after their sound check on a recent Sunday night in Seattle. It's a little shorter than a typical episode given the demands on Nimol and Ethan's time on a show day, but I think you'll enjoy. There may be a better rock or pop band that has emerged in this century, but I've yet to find one. 20 years in, they're a band still growing and taking delight in what they do. Enjoy our talk. Thank you both for making time on a show night. I know it's hectic enough, so thank you for making time to do this.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit, either of you, about the break between records? 8 years is not the longest break in rock and roll history, but
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wow,
I think it was 8.
hey, I've been waiting,
No.
so I know.
Oh,
That's not that long.
we started.
29, what the before 2020, 2019 was right before the COVID. I'll talk about the record break.
Yeah. Since
Okay.
The Deepest Lake.
Okay.
The Deepest Lake came out
Never mind,
8
yeah.
years ago. I trust Lawrence.
Okay.
And so we started recording. We went out to the desert and stayed at this house in Pioneer Town. Like, it's really, really nice, remote. And we just set up all our gear and recorded a bunch of ideas. And then we came back, and then like COVID happened.
Yeah.
And so that kind of like,
Double break.
yeah, it definitely, we were like, for a while, we weren't getting in the studio together. It took a while till we got in. So COVID was 4 years. And so now, yeah, this is our first tour since it. So
Yeah.
I think that's why it was so long. I think we probably would have put it out 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Where did you spend the pandemic? Were you all in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I just staying home, learning how to cook, how to make all the food, like vegetable I like. Normally, I don't know how to grow bean sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
So that time I know how to grow bean sprouts on my own. Yeah. It's fun, and then I know how to do pickle, lettuce, everything just put in the fridge more longer to save our life.
So you had, that was your COVID project?
It's eat and just learn how to,
Yeah.
just staying home and learn how to cook so many different things.
She started collecting cats.
And collecting. And the cats keep coming to my house.
She has how many? 8?
8, yeah.
8 kitties.
We have grandpa, now grandpa have a girlfriend. Grandpa bring his girlfriend come to say hello to us. More food.
Yeah, we were brewing kombucha at my place and taking care of dogs and just playing music. We were just like, we just kind of all play a little bit on our own. And then once it was safe to get back together, we got back together and we started to finish the ideas that we had started.
It's interesting to hear you say that, because I've talked to some artists who have said they couldn't create at all during the pandemic. They lost inspiration. They couldn't find motivation. Other artists worked a lot and sort of used technology and other ways to stay connected to other artists. And how would you characterize your creativity during the pandemic?
I mean, creatively, well, we didn't do any like Zoom band rehearsals. We didn't do any of that.
We
But-
just stay away from each other. We
Yeah.
just get scared.
Yeah, I mean,
That's good.
I started to do like a bunch of art at home, drawing, dry erase board drawings, just having fun with that, and then just playing some music instruments around the house. But yeah, Nimol's creative probably through cooking.
And then after that, I know it's going to be like very long time to go back to on tour with the band. And then I sell the dry fish bring all over Cambodia and sell it. And I sell really good, the business, But right now, go back to busy with the band, and then they keep asking, "Where do you still have this dried fish?" Then no, I don't have that.
Importing. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, it's interesting because I read something that you said in the past about when you first came here, what was different was that you had all the responsibility for yourself. Whereas back home, you had family and support and people around you. And it sounds like you have some hustle. Like you
Awesome.
you work.
Yeah.
You work.
Yep. I think I cannot stay still.
And you don't. And you
my
don't wait.
personality. Yeah. I cannot. If I stay there, I'm gonna bored. If I bored, I'm gonna eat. That's why the pandemic is I learn a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
If the dengue fever finish, I can make my own hot sauce, barbecue sauce. Yeah, I do a lot. I try a lot of different mix together, how to taste.
Very good cook.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So we're here on the occasion of the new record, which to anybody who's been listening to me over the last few weeks, I've been saying is my album of the year. I'm always excited when you put out new records, but this one, I don't know, it's just very poignant. It's very emotional.
You sound like me.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
So I started to read some of the early reviews, and they said things like a departure. A lot was made of how it's a little quieter. As somebody who's been a bit of a fan for a long time, I could hear the elements of this. You know, you always had ballads, you always had very atmospheric, in addition to the big, vast songs. But I wonder if you could talk a little bit about why this sound now.
Well, I know for one, we just started to realize rather than trying to steer Nimol into like kind of a Western idea, we were like, let's let her sing as comfortably as possible in the Cambodian traditional style. So she tapped into that for some of the slower songs. And we were just like, let's just let it be minimal and just whatever tempo, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Keep it very streamlined. Yeah, I think it's her best singing so far.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Thank you.
You also, if I'm correct, I think there's no English singing all career.
This album?
Zach sings, my brother Zach.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Meant Nimol.
Oh, yeah. Well, she might sing a little backup in English.
Yeah, I don't worry.
Very little.
No.
Yeah. But that seems a bit intentional, right? You almost always sang at least some of your leads in English. Did you have a reason for that, or it just fit the song, or was it more intentional?
Yeah, it's more powerful.
More powerful, and then I had more comfortable and emotional and understand and deep in my soul and the words when I'm singing to not just me, to the people, to the audience, to my community. I hope so people like you understand what I mean, like, oh, what is song about? What is song about? We've been working so hard to finish this album. I think you're right. This album is one of my favorites so far. I never liked that any album before.
Well, the other thing too is, even as a listener who does not understand Khmer, there's such an emotional expressiveness in that language. Like hearing any singer who can sing in that language I don't even know how to say it. Like it's very unique. It's not like other languages that you hear.
Like the Zero Fish is the blessing, and the chord called blessing, and forget about anything, forget about bad thing and anything to the past, and blessing me, keep moving forward, just keep dreaming and keep moving forward, whatever, you just keep moving.
Yeah.
That the song is the Zero Fish.
Yeah, the native tongue has always been one of the main reasons why we formed the band. It's just, I guess, Southeast Asian like countries from like the 60s and early 70s music. I like Sumatra and stuff, and the vocals are really nice, and some Thai Molam stuff, but like the Khmer, the Cambodian stuff is definitely right up there.
Yeah. The band sort of emerged during that, like, the MP3 blog era, when it seemed like there was so many websites devoted to like crate digging and finding regional musics and things of that nature. Were you aware of that zeitgeist at the time? Where did you plug into that? Because your interest seemed to predate that, but I wonder how you...
Yeah, the band was like, we were getting things rolling in like 2001, 2002. And then, as we like started playing this music out, we started realizing that there was still some more out there. And like labels like Sublime Frequency were compiling some. I mean, there's still like, my wife just got this Cambodian vinyl of a bunch of older songs. I haven't played it yet, but it came in the mail as I was leaving.
So there's still stuff to find.
There's definitely, I think so. But I think as far as compiling, like we did one compilation of the music that inspired us, Electric Cambodia is the record. And I feel like I haven't found enough other ones that kind of blow me away to do a volume 2. But they still want to do a volume 2. But I'm struggling with that because I'm like, I don't know. I guess if we did, we could start digging and do it.
Yeah. It also seems like not just on this record, but in the last couple, you've really expanded the palette of instrumentation. Is that fair to say?
Sure, yeah.
What's it like reproducing that stuff live?
We always keep open that we can play and experiment with whatever sounds we want, but we kind of are keeping true to what we recorded for the most part for the songs that we're playing live off the new record. Dave Rollicky, our horn player and flute, and he plays trumpet. He has a wide variety of effects, so he's a big part of getting a lot more kind of different tweaked sounds, psychedelic stuff.
Are you triggering things? Are you using samples and drum pads?
No, not. Maybe, I don't know if we used it on the record.
These are nerdy questions. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a question for Paul, but Paul Smith, our drummer, but he didn't come on this tour because
Too young.
Yeah.
The way I've always understood the lyric writing process is there's a bit of a back and forth between you and the other band members, and that you'll even change the melodies to suit your lyrics or to suit the language. Some of the song titles, some of them are funny. Is there any meaning to most of the song titles, or do you, like, do you name them?
No, the band named them the most. They name first. Because they asking me, what is about me? What is mean? What is that? Just line by line, what is about? And then they put out. Yes.
So then what's a Macho Purple Sunset? Macho Purple Sunset is like, I mean, the lyrics, Nimol can tell you, but it's about, I mean, I don't know what it's about, but the title, what I think of it is like an airbrushed motorcycle gas tank parked on the PCH with the setting sun. Beautiful, smoggy sunset.
Yeah.
Kind of like Macho Purple Sunset.
It sounds like a guy thing, some of it.
Yeah. It's a guy, big muscle, like security. The big man, but why he's so weak.
Yeah.
That's the lyric is about.
Oh, cool.
I wanted to also ask you about your independence at this point. First of all, in terms of putting out your records, but it seems like you have no one to answer to except your own sort of aesthetic, your own legacy. Does being independent mean anything in particular to either of you or both of you?
Yeah, it's great. We have our own record label.
Yeah, I think for myself, for my personality, I love independence anyway. So I think it's good we have own record.
Yeah, we're in control of everything.
We don't have to spoil it, and we don't have to listen to
the record execs.
Yeah.
Like we were signed, you know. I mean, some labels were really nice to work with, and then one wasn't. They'd like do like a little press release, and it'd be last minute, and you just you're just like reading what they wrote, and you're just like, oh, it wasn't really working. And it was also like a bigger label, so it was like there was us, and then it was like they were putting out like Paul McCartney a week later. So it was just,
you saw that coming.
Yeah, it was just sort of like, oh, and yeah, so that was it. But yeah, we learned from that. After that, we went with all the early labels. It was great. And then when we just did Tuk Records, yeah, it's nice to be in control of everything. We have like a lot of artistic minds in the band. So Seenan and Zach get together mainly and focus on the artwork, which is pretty strong. And then on this record, the artwork is a Japanese artist, Amiri is his name. Yeah, but I think it's nice to do that and just, we have some good help in our corner.
Yeah, I was curious about that. Do you have to be more than just artists now? Does having your own label imply, like, are you more involved in the business side than you used to be, or can you insulate yourself from that?
Yeah, we're all involved. Like, for example, the other day we were all at Nimol's house and we were just like packaging up all of their orders. It was fun. It was like a little assembly line. And we were just, it was a pretty good day's work. Yeah.
Put it up.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that's interesting about that is if it's a lot of work, you're seeing very directly that there's a lot of orders, right? It's not abstract. It's very like, oh, there's a lot of orders to pack. That's good.
Yeah.
It's exciting, you know?
Yeah.
It's better than the alternative.
Yeah.
Better than nothing. Better than not.
Yeah.
It works out. I think the pandemic too, it changed
A lot.
just a lot of people just got like really, really appreciative. There was always a lot of love for our band, but now it seems like there's a whole new kind of interest. We also have played old San Francisco. Was a lot of fun, so we're riding high off that. It sold out and it was just a real fun show.
We'll be back with more Spotlight On right after this break. Did you know that Spotlight On is completely self-funded by the team that produces it? We're always looking for ways to keep the podcast self-sufficient without sacrificing the listener experience or the integrity of the show. The best way we could think to do that was to ask for the support of our listeners. Please consider making a donation to help cover our annual operating expenses. Go to spotlightonpodcast.com and click the word donate. If you can, please do. If you cannot, please don't worry about it. Just continue to enjoy the show. We're happy to have you as a listener. Thanks. And now, back to Spotlight On. What are you seeing in the crowd when you're on stage? Are you seeing the same faces? Are you seeing young people?
Oh, for me, I think I see a very new fans a lot. I recognize old fans, but the new fans a lot. I can see more white, young, white girl and white female and male a lot. Basically, I think the two show my past already. I think San Francisco I saw different, but the first show was a little bit old. Yes.
Menlo Park.
Menlo Park a little bit. Sit down. Just they try to come out, see the band, what's going on with Dengue Fever. Maybe they think about it's gonna be Friday or Thursday night going out to
Yeah. It's a wealthier audience there.
Beautiful theater. Yeah. It was different. I mean, it was a decent crowd, but it was like nice because it was like a warm up show for us. Because when you're playing new songs for the first time, it takes a couple shows to dial them in and figure it out live.
Have you landed on the set list? Is it where you want it now?
Yeah, I think we found our set list in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So we're going to try it out. We'll see how it works tonight.
Yeah.
We're still open to tweak it.
How do you decide which of the new songs you want to perform live? Like, do you ever want to go out? Do you want to do all of them, but you have to dial
Me,
it back?
I think I want to do a new one right now. For me, for my opinion, I'm getting bored with the old set, to be honest.
Yeah, but we brought a couple songs off the old record. that we used
Really
to
old
play,
is very good too.
like from Escape from Dragon House, and we hadn't played that one. And now Nimol's English has gotten so much better, and so that was like a song that Zach wrote the lyrics for. So Nimol's like, "Oh my God, I understand the lyrics now. This is so funny," because it was about her working at this club in Long Beach called the Dragon House, and we called it Escape from Dragon House because we were always struggling with her working her job there singing, and we'd be like, we couldn't do gigs on the weekends, so we were always doing like Monday and Tuesday night. Finally, the band took off enough, so she escaped from Dragon House.
Nice.
So you'll hear that tonight.
Yeah.
What's the band's relationship with Cambodia at this point? Do you still go and perform there?
Cambodia?
Yeah.
Since the last time we don't any have chance to go yet.
Do you remember when we went?
2018?
No, because
2017?
Norva wasn't born. My daughter. She was,
2017?
no, because I think it was probably like 15 or 16.
Oh, 15, 16?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't remember when. But yeah,
See, on
we've
the-
been like 3 times, I think, as a band.
Yeah, 3 times. No, more than 3. The first
Oh,
2005.
you went the 4th time.
Dengue Fever first 2005 and FCC 2 times and
right.
Electric Mekong tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've been there. We love going there. It's fun. It's just we
Yeah.
have to just like figure out how to do it. Once
Yeah.
we learned this out.
I hope we hope it's gonna be have somebody to invite us to go back.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the music scene there now? Has your band influenced what's going on there?
Music right now in my country is everything K-pop.
Oh, really? Yes.
Take all over Southeast Asia.
So they listen to Korean
They
music?
love K-pop, but they listen to the old, not old like us, but they listen to modeling, like fashion.
Modern stuff.
Yeah, modern and like blue, jazz. Yeah.
Or we go there. There's always a lot of people that are excited. It's a trip when we've played shows just in villages,
Yeah.
and it's a really interesting experience.
Yeah, I went back to the film last night and watched it again in anticipation of seeing you. I always forget about this part when you're at like a night market or something, and everybody's laughing at you guys, especially Zach, because they said, "Where's the guy with the beard?"
Oh yeah, yeah. you sing- Compot, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh because a long time ago, my ex-wife and I went to Beijing,
Oh.
and she's like 5'10", and so she's tall and blonde, and everybody was just pointing and laughing at her. She said, "Why are they laughing at me?" And I said, "Well, it's
yeah.
funny."
Just like that.
Yeah, it's so funny. What do you listen to?
To be honest, I don't listen too much. But if I just want to relax, I'm listening to right now reggae or Africa. But I don't listening to the broken heart song, like nursing song, American song at all. The most I listen to the beat more like Bollywood and African and reggae more groovy,
She
more.
likes to dance.
Yeah.
When I'm at home, I never want to listen to the sad song.
Yeah. Just sing them?
Yeah, just singing that. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're always on a mission, right? You're always looking for new music. What's a day in the life of your ears?
Let's see. It's crazy now with just how accessible everything is, but I keep my ears open and try to find, like, I'm into the Amazonica kind of, their chicha. I really like that kind of psychedelic cumbias.
That initial compilation that came out, what, maybe?
Oh, yeah,
it's not 15
the
years.
Roots of Chicha. Yeah, my friend put that out.
What a record.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I love that stuff. The band like Waniko, Isukombo, that's one of our, yeah. I think their plane crashed and like half the band died. Wow. It was crazy, but there's still some surviving members. And I think maybe some of the children or something play, but yeah, Chicha's a lot of fun. And my wife is like, she's always putting her on the music for me. And a lot now it's like a lot of random cassette tapes that like DJs put together. I don't
Set tapes back.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
I know. Cassettes and vinyl.
Yeah.
I mean, CDs are strange. I don't have a CD player.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was going to ask you about the length of the album. It seems like it was designed to be a record. It's album length. It's not like 10, 12 years ago, people were making these 80-minute records just to fill a CD.
A little bit of coffee.
Okay.
I don't feel like you guys have ever really done that. You've always had 40, 50-minute albums. You were never into the, like, let's tap 20 songs on here just to do it.
Yeah, I guess there's always more songs that you record and finish and then be like, all right, let's like try to shape the album, let the strongest ones come up to the top and just like work around it. And we'd rather have less and keep on wanting more.
What do you do with those songs? Do they make it to the next project or you just leave them?
Sometimes if we need a B-side and we're like feeling it, or like maybe we need to rework it or something a little bit. So sometimes we've used them, but sometimes we just let them go and just,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is the first run of shows basically behind the record?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's next? It seems like it's a pretty successful initial few shows.
Next,
We go to,
Portland.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Portland. And then the next day we're driving to all the way to Fresno or
we're in Sacramento.
or Sacramento.
We have a day off, so we'll play Portland at Mississippi Studios, and then we'll go to.
You played that before, no?
I don't think we've played there.
Are you sure? I think sound like we played that before. Yeah, actually. Mississippi, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. It's a street, but maybe. We're gonna go to Sacramento. Yeah, California.
We came up and they're going down.
And we're just gonna keep going, like jumping, like inland coast. So it'll be Sacramento, Santa Cruz, Fresno, San Luis Obispo. Then we drive to Pappy and Harriet's out in the desert.
That's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun always. San Diego, play the Casbah, and then we come home to LA and play 27th.
Will you tour the rest of the country?
Not yet.
Maybe, but right now this is it. We'll do this and then we'll just see how it all goes.
I was
Maybe in the spring actually.
I was in New York when I learned about you years ago, so my perception's a little off. But is your fan base primarily out west? Can you play back east?
Yeah, we've toured back east.
Yeah.
Yeah, like New York's. We've had good.
Yeah, we played in
turnouts.
January last time in London Center. January.
Oh yeah. We played the Womex.
Yeah.
It's like a world music kind of showcase. And we played there, and it was fun.
It's really neat what you were just talking about in terms of your current schedule, because there's so many beautiful little theaters now to play up and down the West Coast. All these towns now have all throughout the Central Valley. Like it's really amazing now, different than maybe even 10 years ago. Like so many things have sprouted up in the last decade.
Yeah,
all these like non-major markets now.
Well, we haven't been there yet, so I don't know which ones if we're playing any of these amazing little spots. But Menlo Park, the Guild Theater, was pretty beautiful.
They put a lot of money into that.
Yeah, it was like it
Beautiful,
looks so
beautiful
vintage.
backstage green room.
Oh yeah, one of the nicest.
So organized.
Yeah.
Super.
Before I let you go, I wanted to ask: is the stage show coming back? Is the musical? Is that going to continue to live on?
Cambodian rock band.
Yeah.
They're doing it still. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're coming tonight. A lot of the people.
Yeah, the cast coming to the
Cast
show.
is coming tonight.
Yeah.
Where are they doing the play right now? Do you know?
They do. Yeah, they played. I'm British. I remember October.
October.
They still here until October.
Oh, they're up here.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
they were here.
Yeah. Let's see the email from Josh.
Okay.
We don't.
I have to pay better
I don't.
attention.
I mean, our manager he always tell us that Cambodian. Sometimes we are so busy we don't read all email detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you remind me? Were you involved in the creation of that, or did you just perform? Did you also write and contribute to it?
It's a play. You haven't seen the play?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, it's a
Yeah.
play based on a rock band in Cambodia in the late 60s, early 70s,
Yeah.
when the Khmer Rouge were taking over Pol Pot's regime. And so it's a story about what happened to the musicians. And they play a bunch of they do a couple old Cambodian rock songs, and then they play a bunch of Dengue Fever songs. So Sinan and Zach, they went and helped the musicians learn a few of the songs on guitar and bass early on.
Okay.
And then they did really well.
I couldn't tell from the outside or from watching it develop how it intersected with you. I didn't realize they were just integrating you into the songbook. It wasn't clear if you were sort of part of the creative process or.
Yeah, they were inspired by our band and the playwright Lauren Yee. She'd come to our shows and we'd meet with her and we'd talk to her while she was writing it.
Yeah.
And then it did really well. So it's been all over the country.
Yeah. Nimol, when you go back to Cambodia, do you still perform on your own or with your family, or?
Sometimes depend how much time I have, because I don't have time that much because I want to spend time the most with my family. They asking me to perform, I have to take care of my voice. I have to looking for what song I have to perform, because I'm not a singer in Cambodia. I'm the singer in moved to here already. Make sure I perform good song, and what excited for me to go to singing on stage to Cambodia, my hometown, and then a lot of stress for me. So I'm decided, I don't want to sing it. So
But she does some singing. She gets
singing
hired.
like-
She also sings.
yeah,
She does Dengue Fever, and then when we're not touring, she does a lot of solo gigs where she sings.
yeah,
traditional
Cambodian
rock.
community
Yeah,
in here in United States.
she's
Yeah,
a big part of that.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. And again, this is sort of because I watched the movie just last night. The band was very, and the filmmaker were very sort of gentle and cautious about overstating this, but it seemed like this band has helped with some of the reconciliation or reconnection with the music for the people in Cambodia. Is that a fair
Connection, you think so?
Like when we went there and played the music, we did shine a light on this body of work that inspired us.
Huh?
The original Cambodian rock music was like, it was like Sin Smooth and a bunch of great singers, mostly Sotia Penron, and they would like hear the Western music from like maybe the Vietnam War, the radios, and then they would reinterpret it, and so you'd hear some Cambodian instruments, some Cambodian vocal stylings. Then that music that they created inspired us to form. And then when we went back to play it, I mean, they always listen to those old songs in Cambodia. Everyone knows.
like their classic rock?
Yeah, it's like their kind of classic rock. Yeah. I think we definitely, when we're there, it's hard to say because we haven't been back in a while, but when we're in Cambodia, there's a lot of mixing of like, a lot of the expats that are living there get really excited about it. And then a lot of local Cambodians come too, and it brings them together. Whereas like some of the stuff might just, with their clubs, they keep separate. I remember it was definitely mixing.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I want to thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much
you,
for
Juan.
making time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Laura.
And thank you for the new record. So wonderful. And
Thanks.
please don't make me wait 8 years. I'm getting old.
After this, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right,
I
yeah.
look forward to seeing the show tonight.
All right, cool. It'll be fun.
All right.
Thank you so much, Nimol, Ethan, and all of Dengue Fever. Thank you also to Austin Eastley and Josh Mills from the band's team for making this come together. Thank you also to the staff at the Crocodile Hotel. As always, thank you for listening to Spotlight On, a production of 23 Media Ventures. I'm your host and executive producer, Lawrence Purrier. We're produced and edited by Michael Donaldson, with theme music by Q-Burn's Abstract Message. For past episodes, web-only exclusives, to make a donation to support our production, and to join our mailing list, visit us online at spotlightonpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, be safe, and stay in touch.